Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. We're going into the best plays for the NBA Tuesday. We've got a ton of games. It's actually 4 games, but they're all really good, honestly. I'm recording this the night before as these games are still live, trying to get the best picks out as early as possible for you guys. But this Pistons-Lakers one, Celtics-Jazz, all of these are actually going to be great games, and I have picked out my 3 favorite plays to help you guys profit on PrizePicks, on Underdog, on Sleeper, whatever app you're on. These picks are applicable for that exact thing. So it's going to be an absolutely huge day, guys. But first up, do me a favor, drop a like on this video. And now let's move in to the winnable. So the winnable is where I post my free picks every single day. And for those of you guys who are on PrizePicks, I'm sure you know this, today is Taco Tuesday, which means there's going to be 3 discounts given out throughout the day. I will be dropping a free play for these discounts over on the Winnable, and it's completely free to join. Just use the link in the description. It's winnable.com/bam. Scroll down right here and sign up for the free plan. That is all that you have to do, and I will literally text you the play for the Taco Tuesday. It's going to be absolutely insane. But if you want to get the VIP, usually it's $50. If you want to get it for completely free, you can text me the word VIP to this number right here, and I'm texting people back literally all the time, guys. Just text me the word VIP to this number. What I'm going to help you do is sign up for one of these apps, Sleeper, Chalkboard, and Underdog, with code BAM. And if you sign up for just one of these apps, you're getting an entire month of my VIP picks for completely free. But now, that's enough talking about that. Let's move into the games, and we're starting out with this Celtics versus Jazz one. We're talking about Jaylen Brown. Now, if you don't know, Jaylen Brown has been on an absolutely generational streak right now. He is tied for the most 30-plus point games in a row in Celtics history. It is absolutely insane. If he gets 30 more points tonight, he's got the record, which is nuts. To think that we were calling him the second option a couple years ago when Tatum was in, they won the chip. Of course, he got the MVP, Finals MVP. But everybody thinks of Jaylen Brown as the second option, right? Now Tatum is down with an injury, out for the season, right? Or we don't know. He might come back later in the spring, but he's out for a good chunk of the season. And Jaylen Brown is stepping up, and he is showing, I'm not just a second option. I can be the superstar for this team. And the stats back it up, guys. This is a perfect spot to take Jaylen Brown on the over on the points. So this line has been moving around. First thing to notice, this line has been moving around from 31.5 to 30.5 and back and forth and back and forth. And as of the time I'm recording this, it's at 31.5, but there's a very good chance you're looking at this and it's 30.5. Go ahead, take the extra value. Just take Jaylen Brown over on points, no matter where it's at. But why are we taking this if he's only hit in 3 of the last 10 games? Well, there's a really good reason for that, right? He is super consistently getting 30 plus. And in this game, he gets an absolutely fabulous matchup right here against a bottom 10 defense, right? So the Utah Jazz, I say bottom 10, I feel like I'm giving them too much credit. They're the bottom 1 defense. They are the worst defense in the entire NBA. It is literally the best matchup you could ask for a player who has been carrying his team, who has been on fire, scoring 30 plus a night. Let's go ahead and check this out. They're averaging points allowed, 127 points allowed. That's what the Jazz give up every single night, which means they're the worst defense in the entire league. So 26th, 14, 17, 30, right? So against point guards and against shooting guards and against small forwards, they are a very good matchup. But in general, when you're the 30th best defense in the NBA, well, when you're the worst defense in the NBA, it doesn't really matter which position you play or which position the opponent team is playing. You're going to score a ton of points, right? And Jaylen Brown is a perfect example of that, right? We're going to scroll down right here, and I'm just going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. In 4 of his last 5 games against bottom 10 defenses, Jaylen Brown cooks. He goes for 33.8 points per game, which is nearly 34 points a game when he's getting a great matchup. So now he's got the best matchup. It's not just a good matchup. It's not just a great matchup. It is the literal best matchup in the entire NBA. And he gets to play him now. 33.8 points is his average against those. And guys, need I say more and scroll down to see how have other players been doing up against the Jazz, right? Because it's not just Jaylen Brown. We want to take the stats and we want to leverage them. Look at, well, how is it the rest of the league performing against this team? Well, the rest of the league is hitting their overs at a ridiculous rate, right? I'm going to scroll down right here. all of the players against the Jazz. It pulls all of their lines, whether they hit or whether they didn't hit. And I just want you guys to go and see a lot of green checks. I'm counting 1x, 2x, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 X's in the last 50 or so plays. Like 40 or 50 players. The last 40 or 50 players to play against the Jazz, literally only like 7 or 8 of them have gone on the under. It is insane how bad this defense is. And especially in the position that Jaylen Brown plays. Look at this. The last 10 players to play, not just players, the last 10 small forwards to play up against the Jazz, only 2 of them missed. And it was Spencer James and Jet Howard. Every single player who's got a high line out here is hitting. It is ridiculously easy to score points against this Utah Jazz defense. And I could not think of a better player to go ahead and slam the over for than Jaylen Brown right here at 31.5. Take it to the bank. Now, we're moving into our next play of the day. We're going over to Joel Embiid, who's going at Memphis, and we're taking him on the under here. We're fading Embiid on the rebounds and on the assists, right? So rebounds plus assists, his line is sitting at 11.5, and the reason we're taking the under here, it's pretty self-explanatory. So in the last 10 games, he's gone under here in 8 of the last 10, and when he does go over, one of these times he just barely went over, and this was a close game against Indy, and then this other time was a very close game against the Hawks. Once again, a close loss right here, and he did actually go on the over. Now, it's important to note that a lot of these times when he goes on the over, he plays against very bad defenses, right? You want to see this? 20th ranked defense, 24th ranked defense, right? Now, this defense is not the best. They're very middle of the road, right? The Memphis Grizzlies defense, we know they're not the best defense out there. The stats back it up, but they're not the worst, right? They're not the Utah Jazz. Let's not put them in those conversations. But one important stat when it comes to rebounds and assists and overall stats, right? If you're just going to rack up a ton of stats, this is the stat to look at, and it is pace of play. So the pace factor right here, 24th ranked defense in terms of pace. So they really like to slow the game down. They don't like to play super fast basketball, and it helps right here, 19th ranked pace, right? So both of these teams are very, very slow teams. The Sixers on the offense and the Grizzlies on the defense are very, very slow. They like to play basketball at a much slower pace. And what does that do? That means that there's not going to be as many shots, which means there's not going to be as many assists, not going to be as many potential assists, not going to be as many rebounds, right? If there's not that many shots going up, there's not that many rebounds coming down, right? And if you guys want to think about a team that plays with a ton of pace, right? Think about a team like the Indiana Pacers, right? Especially when they used to have Tyrese Halliburton, they were by far and away the fastest team in the NBA. They like to play with a ton of pace. They like to get transition points. Right as the ball goes out of bounds, they like to inbound it as fast as they can and go get a bucket while the opponents are still not ready. That is not what we're going to see in this game, right? It's going to be a slugfest between a Sixers team who really does not have that much firepower and a Memphis Grizzlies team who can basically say the same, right? They got the wrong kind of firepower. If you know exactly what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about, right? We don't want to go there. But these two teams are going to play very slow basketball, and Embiid is not going to hit because of that, right? Last 10 games, he's hit under in 8 of them. And if we scroll down right here and just check out what we're looking at when it comes to the center position, right? The last 7 centers to play against this Memphis Grizzlies team, only 2 of them have actually popped their over on assists and rebounds, right? And why is this the case? Well, it's because of the stat that we were just talking about, right? The Grizzlies are the constant factor here. The Grizzlies play a slow brand of basketball. And because of that, even though they're playing up against very solid centers, Alex Sarr here, Naz Reid, Kyle Filipowski, Miles Turner, very solid centers are not going to be able to hit their lines when they're playing up against a slow defense, right? When the defense is slow and the offense is slow, rebounds and assists are not just going to happen, right? You can't really force those. Those really come with time. So now, Joel Embiid right here has under last 8. We love this play. Before I get into my third play, which is actually my favorite play of the day, we're going to hop over and talk about how you can get some free money. It is by taking Luka Doncic to not go over 34.5, but to just go over 0.5 points. So if Luka gets 1 point, you win. And this is a classic play that you can take on Sleeper. Sleeper is giving this discount to every single new user that signs up on their app. So it is literally 5 minutes of your time, and you can get Luka Doncic at 0.5. It is 100% free money. There is no reason they should be doing this except for literally just handing out free money, right? I know a lot of you guys right here are only on PrizePicks, only on FanDuel, and maybe you just want to stick to those two sites. It makes absolutely no sense to do something like that when there are promos available just like this. You can literally just hop on Sleeper and $10 to sign up, and you get Luka Doncic at 0.5. So all you got to do, download Sleeper, and when you go ahead and do it, if you use my promo code BAM, they're going to double your deposit, right? So when you download Sleeper, put in your $10, you're instantly getting $20 because you're doubling the deposit, and then you're taking Luka Doncic at 0.5. So not only are you getting a deposit doubled, you're getting Luka Doncic at 0.5. You can then go ahead and text me the word VIP to this number, and you're getting 3 things. So you're getting free VIP for a month, you're getting a double deposit on your Sleeper app, and you're getting Luka Doncic to get 1 point tonight. It's a bunch of free value. So make sure you guys go ahead and do that. Those links are in the description of this video. Now, let's move into the third play, the final play, and my favorite play of the night. It's coming in that same game, Lakers versus Pistons, and we're taking Cade Cunningham. Now, along the same theme of what we've taken in the last couple plays, the key here is the matchup, guys. This is one thing that reigns king in the NBA. NBA betting is all about the matchup because you got 30 teams who are all very different from each other. When you got a player like Jaylen Brown who's on fire going up against the worst defense in the league, you're going to want to favor the over because the stats say so, right? Now you've got Cade Cunningham who's not going up against the worst defense in the league, but the Lakers are a bottom 10 defense right here, and especially when it comes to assists, I'll show you guys, they're a bottom 8 defense. They're the 22nd ranked defense, which means there's a lot of potential here for Cade to go ahead and hit this line. Now, against the Lakers, Cade has been absolutely electric. He's hit this in his last 2 games against Lakers this whole season. Every time he plays the Lakers, he greens. He got 10 assists and he got 11 assists. He's getting double-doubles every single time he plays LA, which is absolutely awesome. And in his last 10 games, he's only hit this in 5 of the last 10. But I want you guys to see which teams is he hitting it against, right? He's hitting it against teams with bad defenses. You see here, the Sacramento Kings are bottom 5 defense. You see here, the Utah Jazz, we already spoke about them, the bottom 1 defense, right? See here, Charlotte Hornets, a bottom 4 defense. And now he's going up against the Lakers, who are a bottom 8 defense. It's a very, very profitable play to go ahead and assume Cade Cunningham is going to have a great night. In addition to that, if you just look at the whole overall, he has hit over 9.5 in 8 of his last 10 games against the bottom 10 defenses, right? So if you thought that this 3-game sample size wasn't enough, take a 10-game sample size. Every single time in his last 10 games, when he's played a bottom 10 defense, he's going over an 80% clip. 80% is absolutely awesome. If you didn't know, if you're just taking straight bets, if you are hitting 55%, you are making a ton of money. So here we got Cade Cunningham he's hitting against bottom 10 defenses at 80% of the time. That is a ridiculous clip, and we're obviously going to take advantage of that. Now, that's not just it, guys. I'm not just going to leave you that because we got something even better, which is how do other point guards produce against the Lakers? Now, it's safe to say the Lakers are an absolute dream matchup for point guards. Russell Westbrook hit his over. Schroeder hit his over. Shepherd, one player who actually missed his over, but Goodwin, Gillespie, Dunn, Harden, George, Collier, Goodwin, again, all of these players are cashing their over on assists. And this is very recent data from the last couple weeks. So Cade Cunningham is getting a dream matchup here. He's one of the best passers in the NBA. I would say he's the most underrated passer. People are watching Jokic and Luka and now thinking that's normal. So they kind of disregard the way that Cade gets his assists. But I think it's much more systematic. And honestly, he's a great passer and he doesn't get the respect that he deserves. Over 9.5 here is absolutely a smash hit play because of the matchup, guys. I'm going to say it one more time. Matchup reigns king in the NBA. So we got Cade, we got Embiid, and we got Jaylen Brown. And that's not all. We've also got Taco Tuesday plays coming out on the free winnable. All links are on my bio. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow once we go 3-0.